Okay, so we're getting close, and I just checked the app for Electrify America. It indicates that 2 of the chargers out of the 4 are broken. I'm not normally a guy that has range anxiety. I don't have enough range to get to a Tesla supercharger from here. I think
on the right.
if at least 2 of these aren't working, this trip could be a disaster.
Feet.
I've been seeing all these videos all over YouTube about the Electrify America network being down, and how right now in the wintertime especially, it's just really hard to travel in an electric car. Now, I have a Tesla, and the Tesla network is really fantastic. Tesla makes it super easy to travel pretty much anywhere you want to go in the United States. But I wanted to try out today and see if I can drive my Tesla on a 500+ mile road trip using only non-Tesla chargers. So what would ordinarily be a really simple road trip here might become really interesting if we get to the non-Tesla chargers and they're all broken down. Navigate to Table Rock State Park. Typically it'd be as simple as that, but in this case, since I'm going to use third-party non-Tesla chargers, I need to put in some waypoints and remove the Tesla chargers. Tesla kept trying to add back in the superchargers because it knows I need supercharging to get to my destination. So I got my first electric car in 2018. It was a 2018 BMW i3 Sport, and I think it was the first year they came out with the Sport, and that car had about 125 miles of full electric range, and knowing that I would need to take it on road trips, I bought the one with the range extender on it, which is basically just a generator to recharge the batteries. It didn't drive the tires. Running autopilot here in pretty heavy traffic. Does a nice job. Takes a lot of the work out of the trip. We're getting pretty close to Sullivan, which is our first stop. But I'm curious to see if all the stations are working, and if I can just use my phone to tap on the screen to start it. I did download the Electrify America app, and I've enabled touch to pay or tap to pay on my phone. All my credit card information is in there, and I've used Electrify America before, as I mentioned in a previous car. Are you going to this one?
We were, but we can go around.
Oh, it's okay. Either way, I don't need to block you up.
No, you're good.
Was that one not working? That one's not? Okay. Okay. So we are charging. Get 37 kilowatts.
I've been talking with my team lead at work, and he's going to be getting a mile wide.
See, location-wise, you can see that I'm at the Electrify America superchargers, fast chargers, let's say, in the Walmart parking lot in Sullivan, Missouri. And unfortunately, just as reported on a lot of YouTube videos, only 50% of these are working. They're sport chargers, and only 2 of them are working. And one of the ones that's working is only charging at about 37 kilowatts. So you could say, in effect, that really only 1 of the 4 chargers here are working. So this has been an interesting situation so far. I've been talking to a guy in a Volkswagen ID4, and I didn't record him just because I didn't know if he was comfortable being recorded or not. But
Hey.
So I head out now. So
Okay. Good luck, man, and enjoy your car.
well, good luck on your trip.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, really nice guy. He was charging on the one that I'm charging on right now, and he was only getting 30 some odd kilowatts. But was running pretty slow also, and so he moved over to one of the 350s, and that one's running for him. Now, interestingly enough, I thought since there's 2 lines on each charger, I thought you could charge using both lines at the same time. But the 351 that he was on, I plugged my car into the second line on there, and it didn't give an option to charge on it. So apparently you can only use one of the chargers, one of the lines on it at a time. You can't use both of them, which I find just really strange. I mean, why have 2 plugs if you can't use both at the same time? The one I'm plugged into right now is supposed to be 150 kilowatts, and I'm only getting 37, and that's the same that that guy got when he was over here. So there's another ID4 right now. He's pulling in to take up the charger where the one ID4 guy just left. But it is interesting because just like the reports have said, there's 4 chargers here, and 2 of them are out of commission, and one's charging pretty slow. So it's unfortunate that, you know, the reports seem to be true so far. But I will say, on a positive note, I plugged into the car and I tapped my phone onto the screen, and it recognized it immediately and started charging, and so that part of it was a lot easier than it used to be. I am currently at 70% state of charge. I've paid $2.58. I've been here for 12 minutes, and the speed has stayed pretty current at 38 kilowatts, so really slow and way below the 150 kilowatts the machine advertises. Get on down to Lebanon and check out and see if I have any better luck charging down there. So we're getting close, and I just checked the app for Electrify America, and it indicates that 2 of the chargers out of the 4 are broken. And I saw a comment from one user that said the 350 kilowatt was only putting out like 56 of kilowatts. I'm not normally a guy that has range anxiety, but I had a little bit this time because I'm arriving here with about 20% state of charge left. If none of them are working, well, that's a problem. I don't have enough range to get to a Tesla supercharger. If at least 2 of these aren't working, this trip could be a disaster.
In 500 feet, turn right. Now you have arrived at your destination.
This looks promising here. This charging station is supposed to be 350 kilowatts. I don't have much hope of that, especially after reading the comments that I see on the Electrify America app. But we're going to plug in and see what we get. All right, so far so good. Looks like, hey, look at that. 98, 103, 104, 105, 104. That's nowhere near 350, but it's better than nothing. These look like they're working. Showing up to 21% state of charge already, so we're going forward. I am getting some use out of this handle this time around. Take a look inside the car. see what it's showing. All right, we are charging at 108 kilowatts. So it's not really that bad. I mean, it's not great. It's not 350, but I was a little concerned about even making it, you know, on past here if we didn't have a station that was working. So I have the car set to charge to like 92% state of charge, something like that. So that says it would take us 45 minutes at this particular rate of charge. Luckily, I probably don't need anywhere near that much energy. So I'm just going to charge for a little while and then look and see how much charge I need to go on to the next destination, which is Springfield, and then on from there over to Table Rock Lake. Good news is we're charging. I'm happy. Okay, so we've tapered down to 60 kilowatts. We're at 77% state of charge. We're going to arrive at our next station with 50% state of charge. We don't have far to go. It's 48 miles away. So I charged here a lot more than I needed to. But there again, really the goal here is to see if you can travel using these. And we were getting some pretty decent kilowatts out of this, so I decided to go ahead and stay plugged in. Next stop is going to be in Springfield. The good thing there is if for some reason the charger there isn't working, there is a Tesla supercharger there in Springfield as well. So I won't have as much anxiety as I had on this particular trip. So $2.15. That's actually really cheap. I've had a couple of really enormous spikes where I hit 600 watt-hours per mile. We had some pretty steep elevations, and they had the extra lane over for the semi-trucks to move to, or any slower traffic for that matter, just because of the steep elevation. So it's pretty typical of a route on the way out to Table Rock Lake or Branson, any of those areas. A lot of pretty steep elevations. Close to Springfield now. We've got 56% battery left. Should get there with 55% left. The station is a ChargePoint station, and I know I've charged at ChargePoint before, but I need to double check and make sure that I still have the app on my phone. I haven't used it for quite a while. So I'm going to do that before I pull up and block the stations. But there are two stations, and currently both look like they're available. So far, so good. Let's take a quick look at this and see how we're doing. We are at 55% battery. Charging at 74.7 kilowatts. Pretty good. This one says it's only 125 kilowatt DC station. Thing is here, the app said only one was available, but when I look, it looks like there are two available. Here's a second one, and it looks like it's available also. The app for them only shows the one available,
They also have one of the slower stations available. So right now I am the only one that's using this particular station. Not that I'm complaining at all. But anyway, we're going to jump in the car and see if it is registering about the same speed as this charger. So again, here right now I'm getting 73.2 at 57% battery. Let's see what it says on the car. Pretty much spot on in the car. We're showing 73 kilowatts. So it doesn't seem to be much of a drop between the station and the car. So all in all, the last two stops have been relatively uneventful. We're going to do kind of a deeper charge here so that we can drive down to Branson, Table Rock, and run around quite a bit down there. And we probably won't charge again until we're on the way back home, which will be a little bit later this evening. This is the second charging station I've been at today that is in a convenience store parking lot. This one here is Come and Go. And in my opinion, this is really the way it should always be. Put the chargers in the same place as the gas pumps are at. People are going to pull up, use the restroom, go inside, buy products. So far, so good. We're at 81%. We have loads of juice. We're going to disconnect and head on over to Table Rock State Park. We're here at Table Rock Lake near the dam, which was built by the Army Corps of Engineers from 1954 to 1958 on the White River. Let's go check it out. Love Table Rock Lake. That's a hand dryer. On this trip is you can definitely travel without using the Tesla supercharger network, but I will say it's not nearly as easy. And so for the time being, there's a lot of great new electric cars coming out, but for the time being, I believe I'm going to stick with my Model Y. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful evening.